Hello, it's Heather. Welcome to my channel. I guess Happy New Year. This is my first video for 2026. Today is March 1st, so I guess Happy New Year, even though it's almost spring. There's been a lot that's gone on since my last update, which was sort of early, mid-summer, or I guess maybe late summer of last year. I've switched practitioners. Kind of out of necessity. Everybody kind of became unavailable when my local naturopathic doctor went on sabbatical last summer. So I tried to do this 90-day program, sort of a ultimate lifestyle, whatever thingy. It didn't really work. In fact, things got worse. And then the subsequent number of months since this last post, things have been really, really challenging for me. So I haven't felt like posting. It felt like there was something always going on. I was getting migraines every 3 weeks, and I wasn't really having time to fully recover from the sort of the pain and the trauma of that before another one would show up. So things were really tough, and I ended up looking at my doctor's referral list of other practitioners locally that I could work with while she's away. And I happened to come across a name that turned out to be beautiful. Her name is Dr. Sydney Bryant. She's a acupuncturist and really so much more, but she's an acupuncturist. She's someone I worked with about a decade ago that I absolutely loved. And then she moved away, and I started seeing other people, not knowing that she had come back. So I started working with her. I was trying to see her twice a month. And very shortly after seeing her, I started noticing a lot of changes with joint pain, reducing and now completely eliminated. So it's wonderful. I kept also feeling like there's this whole pill for every ill thing that I don't buy into anymore. I feel like there has to be something else that can help resolve this phase of my life. And I didn't know what it was, and she said, it's your mind. It's your mind and your feelings, right? And she has written a book that I want to plug. It's called Beginning Meditation After Trauma. And it's 30 days, little exercises for meditations. So you're not really going into it without any structure. You just set the timer for what you're supposed to do. Read the little introduction about what you're going to be doing for your meditation, and then you just do it. I turn on some music and my timer on my phone, and then I do the thing. And afterwards, there's a couple paragraphs of sort of insights that she has of why this meditation is useful for breaking, sort of trauma cycles in your body and in your mind. It's been an amazing experience. I had access to regular meditation through a doctor that I had been working with in 2022. 2021 and 2022, but I didn't take to it, and for some reason the time was right, and this was the book. So for people who have trouble with focus and maybe know that that's what they need, this is a great entree into a meditation practice. So I want to just plug that. And then I've returned to a naturopathic doctor, also on the referral list, who was, interestingly, the first one I worked with that was diagnosing me with the mold and the Lyme to begin with, mold primarily. And she uses bioenergetic testing. This was a diagnosis that happened in the fall, late summer and the fall of 2019. So it felt like coming full circle. I had this feeling of like, oh, interesting that I'm back with her at this moment. And I've met with her twice now. The first time there was just so much going on that she was like, let's just do a 2-week cleanse and see if we can resolve some of this stuff just by simply cleaning out things in your system. And so we did that, and then came back, and it became really clear there were a couple of missing things. There's some minerals and nutrients that are missing. There's some B vitamins that are missing. And so she really wanted to tackle this migraine pattern that I had gotten myself stuck in. And so I've been taking things, and I'm really happy to say I haven't had a single migraine since the middle of December. And it's March 1st, so it's almost 11 weeks. I'm overjoyed. So the joint pain is resolving. I did get the flu and had a very nasty lingering cough, which is still not totally cleared out, that I'll need to work on, that my acupuncturist helped me with. And with these, remedies, we're looking at my hormones and nutrition. She really thinks there may be something up with my thyroid, so we'll kind of maybe tackle that next. Molds and mycotoxins did still show up in the testing that she did in December, as did spike protein. So there either are new exposures to the spike, or it's something that's residual in my system from the COVID infections I've had. And we all, as time goes on, we kind of see how much damage this spike protein is doing for people. So it's something that I think I may want her to be more aggressive about helping me understand how to get it out of my system. But for now, some of the main pain, like physical symptom pains, are gone. The last piece of very changeable and new information is that I was suddenly fired from my part-time on-site job in the middle of January. It was basically, I was out because I was still sick, and then I got a call saying like, hey, we have to let you go. Not for that reason, but because, there were a couple other people that were also fired, having to do with finances of the place where I was working. So suddenly I'm no longer needing to be in this very clearly and obviously, you could smell it, this water damaged building for hours and hours a day, which was something I was trying to figure out how to get myself out of and just wasn't solving. And sometimes circumstances solve things for you. My acupuncturist thinks in a lovely way that I manifested it by my meditation practice, that I had been visualizing good things for myself. So I got booted out, and the very next day I got an email from somebody who thought of me for a part-time role in her remote business. And it's a business that deals with music and independent artists and songwriting. I could not be in a better place right now. So I have the remote position that will allow me at some point to relocate from this place that I didn't intend to be here for very long, and then got sucked in relative to losing my last remote job and my best friend having a emergency surgery and a cancer diagnosis. I'm very pleased to stay here and be with my friend for the time being, and to do this job, and to just kind of have the stability of working with some practitioners who are going to be around to help finish resolving this COVID and mold multi-chapter thing in my life. And but I feel like going to this job where I'm dealing with people who are in the arts is just, I feel like I'm returning to myself. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm doing sauna again. I'm rebounding. I'm meditating. I'm taking these supplements that seem to be dealing with the hormonal and migraine things that have been going on. My next sort of objective, I guess, if we have a health objective, is to sort of work with these doctors and practitioners until we see that the spike and the mold and mycotoxins are cleared. And then I do want to address all the mold weight that I've gained since 2019 and 2020. It's about 60 pounds. And so, how much of that, and I've lost a lot of physical strength. So there's this atrophy and this fat accumulation, and it's a sort of the last, I think, thing that I'll have to sort of work at to sort of call this phase over. But I couldn't be more thrilled and blessed with where my life is right now. It was sudden, it was unexpected. It's all in my best interest. And yeah, there is, I just want to pull this book up again. This has been such a big deal for me to really help me start thinking differently about where I'm at and where I'm headed. So I needed to do this video to sort of log where I've been and where I'm going, and also to really highlight this book. I'll link it in the comments so that, or in the description, so that you can find it if this is something that you feel like you might want to do. So anyway, that's my update. I hope everyone is well and who comes across this video. And once again, Happy New Year, and I'll be back soon.